So this video is building off my last video talking about the out-resurrection of Philippians 3:11 in relationship to what we'll talk about here according to Philippians 1:23. So here I've highlighted the word translated "uploosened" in the Devar translation from Strong's G360, which is a verb from analuo. And here again, the stem luo is from luo, which means to loosen something, loosen. So the preposition ana that prefixes the word governs the superposition of something up, upon or upward. This is why the Devar translates this verb uploosen, which is a compound of the two words. Now, we also find another occurrence of the same verb in Luke. So, Luke 1:36 shows the relationship to this and the wedding feasts. Where then in 2 Timothy 4:6, this is actually, I think it's the noun form from 3:59. Analusis, which again occurs only in this verse, which now you see that the King James translates the noun here departure, where the Devar translates it uploosening, it's the thing. Where then, again, these are the verbs. When he should uploosen, the action of it. Analuo, which you see the King James has translated it return in one occurrence, but then depart in the other occurrence. This is absurd Bible translating. These are two different functions here. So, again, these translations are hiding the profound context of what these words are communicating in the Word of God, which was written in Greek here, not poor English translations, where the Devar is simply communicating the prepositional concept of the up and then the stem of luo, loosen. Again, luo, which is the basis stem of the word. Where if you're using the Devar translation and you're studying and you come across this verse and you see to be the uploosened, and then you search, that connects right here to Luke chapter 12, verse 36. Oh, they're going away out of the wedding. Again, when he will return from the wedding, where we have more problems here, because the word from is actually another preposition. So if you just click on the verse, you open up the interlinear view and you come down to the word from, it's ek. The preposition ek governs something that is out from. You could say out from, but you can't leave the out part out. Here they've translated it of 366 times, from 181 times, and then out of 162 times. And then on, which the preposition on is epi. These translations, or these so-called scholars that translated this version, and then all the others, which are basically based on the King James, didn't understand Greek prepositions. So the uploosening shows that they're going out of the wedding feast, meaning that they come in. They've come in already, where here are the watch times mentioned down here, which I talk about in my other videos. But the point being is that we have to have a pattern of words being healthy in order to understand contexts, because the word luo, loosen, without the preposition, luo defines things that are loosened. Where here they didn't even translate it in relationship to the stem, luo. Return and depart, where even the definition says to unloosen. Which this is wrong too, because unloosen, for example, Hebrews 11:25 is yet a different word from apo. The preposition apo is different from ana. According to a better resurrection, which what Paul is communicating here in Philippians 1:23, uploosen is much, much more better it is, according to the out resurrection, which I talked about in the previous video, which is the coming into the wedding feasts first, according to the first order disappeared here, first watchtime order. So if you're using the Devar translation and you're reading and you come across unloosen, unloosening, unloosened, etc., where the un here is italicized, this is always the preposition apo, which is a different governing preposition than up, ana. Apo is away from the surface of something. Where while I'm at it, we also have outloosen here, which contains the preposition ek, luo, outloosen. Ek luo, which the King James and all other translations have translated faint, where you see the definition says to loosen or unloosen, which this is all wrong. Loosen is luo. Unloosen would be apoluo. This is ekluo, out loosen, because the preposition governs that which is out from. It even tells you right here. Why do they ignore these prepositions? Hiding the distinctions between these words, which have profound different contexts. Up is not out. Out is not away from. We also have down loosen. I came to down loosen the law of the prophets, which is kata luo, because it contains the preposition kata, which got Strong's 2647. Kata luo, translated destroy, throw down, lodge, guest, come to naught, overthrow, dissolve. It's simply down loosen because it's the compound of the preposition kata and then luo, down loosen, which would be different from out loosen, which would be different from up loosen, which would be different from unloosen, where then the stem loosen is just loosen. So we have all these derivations that are distinguished in the Devar translation, but minced and mixed all crazy in these translations here. And it's no wonder anybody can understand the Word of God, so it's time to do better and get a better Bible translation like the Devar, where on the screen is the thumbnail of my video where I talk briefly about the translation and I provide the information how you can get the free software called the Devar Works, which is actually available for Mac, PC, and Android phone. God bless.